Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Living Life, a Life You. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today we are joined by Miss Brianna, Bri for short. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Yeah, Veronica, how are you? Thank you all for having me.
I'm really good. Thank you for asking. And I know that you are the lead academic specialist for the Learning Center.
Yes.
What does that position entail?
Yes. So the actual title is the lead tutor specialist with an academic learning center. And so my position, and it entails a lot if you really want to. It's a newer position within the academic learning center. And so basically what I do is I oversee all of our tutors and our academic learning center student staff. And so I hire, train, supervise, all those great things with the tutors. I do all of the PAL schedules, so the tutoring schedules that students and staff and faculty see around campus. I do all that. And then a big part of my role, too, is I do educational skill shops or workshops, so to speak. And so I do those every Wednesday, so like every other Wednesday in each quarter in the Academic Learning Center from 5 to 6 p.m. And so they are various topics from Welcome to the Academic Learning Center, which is just talking about what we do and who we are, the services that we provide, to note-taking. So a lot of students don't know about note-taking and how to take notes. We're not taught that necessarily. So note-taking, to test-taking, to, finals versus me or me versus finals. And so teaching students how to be successful academically when it comes down to taking their finals.
That's so important. That's so important. I remember when I was this undergraduate student here, I did go to the Academic Learning Center and took a kind of what's your learning style quiz test thing. It was 5 of them. Yeah. It was definitely very eye-opening after being in college for, 3.5 years. I was like, wait, so I'm not an auditory learner at all or visual? I'm kinesthetic. How am I going to apply that?
It's actually different now because what we've learned here at the Academic Learning Center is we try to get students to focus on, when it comes to learning styles, that students can really be all of the learning styles. And so we don't want students to just focus in on one. We want them to focus in on all of them, learning that different classes will require you to learn differently. And this is something that the director, Rebecca Janiak, informed me and kind of educated me on. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we've been teaching students this for so long, but the Academic Learning Center, we're trying to, reprogram that with students and get students to understand, like, you just don't have to be, you're not one dimensional. We're all multidimensional, and each different class that you take will require you to learn differently.
I love that. And tell me a little bit about what is it in the Academic Learning Center. You mentioned tutors. Where does those tutors come from?
Yes. So the tutors, we hire the tutors. They're all student tutors for the most part. And so these are students who have had an A or B in classes, whether it's an undergrad class or a DC class. And so these are students who are coming highly recommended by faculty and staff on campus and saying this student has the ability to help another student learn the material. And so our tutors are not there to actually teach. That is we have faculty doing that, but to kind of go in and kind of help them learn mnemonic tools and devices that they can help remember information better, get clarification on questions that may not were answered inside of the classroom. And so there's just the extra support there for students. And we realize that students learn better when they're taught by one another. It's not as intimidating to ask your peer a question versus asking your instructor a question. So
that's really interesting. I love that. And definitely I used to go to a lot of SI sessions. That's what at least they were called back then. And it definitely allowed for some of those questions that were in the back of my mind, but I would never raise my hand.
It's intimidating.
I'm surrounded by 200 other individuals. Is this going to be a dumb question? I know there's no such thing as a dumb question, but you know what I mean. That's really good. So that's a space. Where is that located on campus?
Yes. So the Academic Learning Center is located in CGUS 220. So right around the corner from where we are right now.
Okay.
We were previously located in the CCE building and then also over in another building. But right now we are located here. It's kind of like a centralized place for students to come to.
Absolutely.
In CGUS 220, we have an amazing suite. We have 2 classrooms in there. Our project coordinator, Lovely Anderson, has created this amazing space called the Comfort Corner. And so it's a place for students to come and just kind of relax and just kind of take their time to just debrief. And I say it's like the relax, relate, release time. You know, we have like a nice water fountain. It's a beautiful ambiance.
Okay.
And so, yeah, pretty cool.
I need to head over and experience this.
I want everybody to come by.
I love that. And what advice would you give a first year undergraduate student that's transitioning from your high school, maybe coming to Life University, transitioning first and foremost from being a semester to being a quarterly? What advice would you give them as they're coming through that?
Oh, that's a great question. Be proactive and not reactive. That is something huge that I go by since I've been in higher education, is learning to be proactive instead of reactive. And that's something that we focus on a lot here at the Academic Learning Center, because students hear tutoring and they're like, well, I don't need tutoring. Well, you may not feel that you need it in this moment, but you don't want to start tutoring when it's too late. So I always tell students, whenever you are transitioning, whether it's from high school to undergrad, from undergrad to grad, from grad to a doctoral program, be proactive instead of reactive. Ask questions. If you don't know, if you can't ask your peers, ask someone else around campus. Build community. That's also extremely important. I tell students as well. But the biggest thing for me is telling students to be as proactive as you possibly can. You don't have to jump in and get involved in a lot of clubs, but establish yourself. Find out what works for you and what does not work for you. And also understand that coming from high school to college is a completely different experience. You won't have someone telling you when every single minute of the day what to do and how to do and where to be and how to manage your time. And, you know, all the things that we're not taught in high school, we kind of have to learn on our own once we get to undergrad. And so I tell students, be proactive, be open and willing to relearn what you feel you already know.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Anything else that you would like to share with the students and with our with everybody listening in about the center?
Yes. So the Academic Learning Center, we're not necessarily new, but the Academic Learning Center, we have a completely new title. We were previously known as ACES, but we have a completely new title. And so we are rebranding. And so the current staff, myself as the lead tutor specialist, the director, Rebecca Janiak, the project coordinator, Lovely Anderson, and our academic skills specialist, Shannon Geary, we are all new. Rebecca has 16 years on campus, and, you know, Lovely, myself, and Shannon, we're all new to life, but we try to make the Academic Learning Center as welcoming as we possibly can. We want students to come in. We want students to know that the Academic Learning Center is a safe space. We want them to know that this is a place in which you can find belonging, not only within the Academic Learning Center, but within Life University. We have a very diverse population of students here. And so we want everyone to be comfortable. We want students to know that when you come in the Academic Learning Center, you are going to be able to get whatever it is that you may need. If we don't know the answer to it, we will find the answer. We will stop what we're doing and we will find the answer to make sure that you get the help that you need. I personally look at a university as this foundation. And so the Academic Learning Center is part of the students' academic foundation. And so we are a pillar within Life University. And within that pillar, we want to provide as much support as we possibly can in order to make sure that students are successful academically, not how we as higher education professionals define academic success, but however they define that academic success. So whatever it is that you may feel that you need or don't know what you need, we're here to help you. We're here to help you get to the PAL sessions. We're here to help you connect with the PALs or the peer assistant learning leaders to better understand how you can meet with them, whether it's one-on-one or how you can meet with them, you know, in a group session, or we also do virtual sessions. Shannon also works with all of our student athletes and our online program students. So helping students across the board, you know, better understand how to navigate taking an online class. She specializes in writing and English, and so she's going to be doing a lot of that as well. So we are we're here to help. We really have a passion to serve students, and you see that when you come in. Our project coordinator has made the space, beautiful. It's the ambiance and the decor and everything. It's a really safe space. You'll always be greeted with a smile. So we want students to feel safe, and we want students to know that they are welcomed, and that whatever it is that you need, if you can't get it in the academic learning center, we're going to make sure you get to the person that needs it.
That's amazing. Thank you. And you did mention PAL. Tell me about PAL.
So PALs are our tutors. And so PAL is an acronym. And so it is Peer Assisted Learning Leader. Mm-hmm. And so basically it's just a student, again, who's taking the classes in which our students are taking, and they have earned an A in the course. We have vetted them. They're great. They're good to go. And they host sessions, 2-hour sessions once or twice per week. And we also host sessions on the weekends. Students can find the undergrad and the DC PAL session schedules around campus. We have QR codes around campus. The QR code will never change. We just update it each quarter to make it easier to navigate for everyone. And so our PALs are amazing. They go in, they do their job. They're in connection every single week. The great thing about the PAL sessions is that the students who are PALs, they're in connection each and every week with the instructors of the courses in which they're tutoring. So they know where the students are at and the material that they're learning. They know when they have quizzes. They're going to know when they have midterms and finals, and they gear all of their tutoring sessions to what's going on in the class at that moment.
Wow. That's amazing. And for someone that's interested in becoming a PAL, how do they go about
that?
We
need PALs. We always need PALs. We're always hiring and looking to expand. Right now, I supervise about between 36 to 40 academic learning center student staff. So our front desk workers and our PALs, I supervise all of them. And so they would basically, you can just either stop by the academic learning center. We have sheets that says, if you want to work for the academic learning center, how to become a PAL. And so the biggest thing we want students to know is you have to have an A or B in the class.
Yes.
And you have to have 2 letters of recommendation, one from the faculty member that instructs the class in which you're interested in doing, and then also just from a staff or faculty on campus. And so we bring them in, either myself and Rebecca will sit down, we'll talk to them, get an idea of, who they are, why they want to be a PAL leader, what their experience is. And of course, we do check grades, so we try to make sure that that's good. Then Lou with the letter of recommendation, and then we send them through the HR process, and then we kind of give them a little mini training, and then we go from there.
Off to go. That's amazing. What a beautiful opportunity for both the student taking the class as well as the student that has aced or beat the class and has that passion for teaching and learning. Yes. That's also a huge stepping stone. It sounds like for a person that maybe is interested in becoming eventually a faculty member, that would be a great thing on your resume. So if you are interested and if you're loving a class, if you ace the class, if you want some extra cash while you're being a student, you might as well just do it all on the same campus.
Yes. And we always let anyone who wants to become a PAL leader or one of our ALC attendants, our focus is always education first. So we're always making sure that our students are taking care of themselves as individuals, then as students, and then as academic learning center staff.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for leading that beautiful space. That sounds amazing. It sounds so inviting. I'm excited for it. I want to go check it out.
Yeah, the ALC is the place to be. That's our slogan.
I love it. Well, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Good luck on the new quarter coming up. Yes. You guys are going to rock it, I'm sure. Yes. And if anybody wants to contact you, how can they contact you?
Yes, you can either stop by CGUS 220 or we have flyers all around campus. So we have flyers with our contact information. You can email alc@life.edu, or you can email me at Brianna, Brianna Beaty, Beaty @life.edu. And, whatever you need, we're here to help.
Well, thank you so much, Brianna. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, guys. We'll see you on the next episode of Living Life, A Life You.